I wonder how you feel about home. Perhaps you've had to move house in your life, or maybe you've never moved. I've moved many times, even to a different country, and I know that I found that experience really difficult at times. When God spoke to Abram in Genesis chapter 12, which is our set reading for this week's session, I know that he said to Abram, "Go to a different country." And he set out in obedience, taking his wife and his nephew, his possessions and some people, but he had no idea what it was going to feel like when he arrived. Abram stepped out in faith and he trusted God for the future. I know a little of what that experience feels like very recently moving to the Diocese of Coventry. My colleagues gifted us a couple of baseball caps bearing the words "sent to Coventry." It isn't the first time that I've heard that joke, and you've probably heard it many times as well. But the point was well made. We were going to a new place. We knew very few people and we didn't know what it would feel like. When God invites Abram to set out on this journey, he goes not alone, but with God and with God's promise. God says, "I will make you an abundant nation. I will go with you and you can trust me for the future." We're aware that home for many people isn't what we'd like it to be. Maybe that's even your experience, that home doesn't feel safe, or you're worried about how to pay the bills for home. Perhaps there's an insecurity in home for you. I'm hoping that at least you have someone that you can trust in relation to home. The good news for us is that we are invited to make Jesus our home. In John chapter 15, Jesus says, "I will make my home in you and you in me." That's the Message version of the translation of that passage. And what he means is we will never be alone when we trust in him. We can call him our home. So in this first week of Advent, I invite you to reflect on what home means for you, what it really means for you to allow Jesus to be your home, to trust in God's promise for the future, to pray for those for whom home is tricky or difficult in some way, and then to step forward in faith and trust that God goes before us and he will never leave us, for he is God who loves us and we can trust in him.